What up, though? The music scene. We got all the action, all the smoke. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Hit the notification bell to be notified when we drop a new banger. We about to get right into this. If you haven't already seen the videos that I posted dealing with NBA Youngboy and the shooting at Rolling Loud and any videos around that, go on and check them out. Now we about to get into this and break this down. You know, I've been seeing a few people post about this. I've been seeing certain people in the comments and saying certain stuff. First of all, before I even get to this, I'm gonna say I don't think anybody dealing with this situation is about to snitch. These young boys is on a different level. They obviously care about their street cred more than they care about their life, more than they care about going to jail. So I doubt if any snitching going on. And so we're gonna, just set that straight. And at most, the only snitching I would say is going on is self-snitching. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna break this down in steps. So check it out. Local authorities are working with investigators in Miami to determine whether gun violence in South Florida this past weekend, leaving one bystander dead and a number of others injured outside the Trump International Beach Resort on Sunday afternoon, resulted from ongoing feuds among rival rappers from Baton Rouge. I pretty much just end it right there. Like, this is the thing. They not going to tell y'all everything they thinking, what all effects they got. But y'all better know this. Anything that we can see on social media and put 2 and 2 together and 1 and 2 to make 3, they more sophisticated than that. So whatever we see and we think we could put together, they got more answers than that. So like, these rappers be getting on, the internet and they think that they cryptic about stuff. They think that they can sense subliminals or in their music or on their live, and they think that because they don't say something directly or don't use name that the police don't know, like they already know what's going on, before they even say something. But we gonna keep going. We gonna keep going, people. A woman identified as the girlfriend of Baton Rouge rapper NBA Youngboy was shot in the shoulder but is expected to survive her injuries. She was with NBA Youngboy when the shooting occurred, and he was in Miami to perform at the Rolling Loud Music Festival, according to the Associated Press. Gunmen in a passing Cadillac Escalade shot at NBA Youngboy and several of his associates Sunday afternoon. Then legally armed members of his entourage returned fire with one of their bullets, killing the bystander. The AP, the Associated Press, reported. Okay. Now, so legally armed, that doesn't mean that's security police. You could just be somebody who's not a felon who is able to legally carry a gun. And that's something that I always said. Instead of these rappers, these rappers don't want to be seen with having police security and stuff like that. They want to have their homies. But it got to be somebody who don't have a felony, who can carry a gun, who willing to shoot on y'all behalf, and that's what y'all need. Now, this the case. The only thing within this situation is he hit somebody that had nothing to do with it. It wasn't in the act of self-defense, because obviously the person was way across the street. It came from like the Trump Hotel all the way across the parking lot to where this guy was working. And so that person definitely probably going to do some time for that. Depending on the situation, like, if they say the exchange was doing, it was doing the exchange, so they probably get off because that's in the act of, but them hitting the innocent person, like they gonna need a good lawyer for that. But yeah, that's the note y'all need to take. All y'all rappers and stuff who too cool and too gangster to have, legal security. Y'all want to have your homies, make sure it's somebody who can actually carry a gun. And so, when the police come, they can, justify it. Me too, though. Alright. Police are also investigating whether the Sunday shooting is connected to other gun violence in and around Miami last week. So this is what I'm telling you, they ain't stupid. They know who NBA Youngboy is beefing with or potentially beefing with or had words with. So they going from situations from Baton Rouge or possibly Miami. So who could he possibly been beefing with in Florida? You know. So this is what I'm saying. So don't get on here saying nobody snitching. Hey, look, Stevie Wonder can see what's going on. East Baton Rouge District Attorney Hiller Moore III on Wednesday confirmed the focus of the investigation, but declined to provide specifics about the individuals and groups in question. So they already got the focus, and they got individuals who they think, you know, they probably even know. They probably got some stuff on camera. They got their social media, their IGs, their song. They got all this, you know, but they're not going to reveal it yet. Of course not. We're looking to see who else from Baton Rouge may have been involved. He said, now y'all got to listen to this part. If it was all Baton Rouge people, that means no Florida people. You know, if it's only Baton Rouge, we surely know the connection. Come on, y'all. So whoever they think, who y'all think they surely talking about, they need to lay low. Stay off social media. Don't be on there with no cryptic message. Don't be on there releasing no new songs that may sound like it's a cryptic message or subliminal. I don't know. These boys out here reckless. Moore said it's his understanding that Miami authorities are now looking to question NBA Youngboy about the weekend shootings, but that hasn't happened yet. The rapper's current whereabouts are unclear. As somebody, I saw somebody on somebody else's video who was covering this, and they were saying NBA Youngboy snitching is obvious, and so you know, I'm saying that's assuming. You don't know. Anything is possible, but first of all, you're assuming. Second of all, right here, they're saying that he hasn't even been contacted to be questioned yet. And at the end of the day, that nobody probably snitched, but you know, anybody can snitch. Social media can snitch. People can self-snitch about stuff they saying, you know, before and after the incident. Y'all just gotta, like I say, I ain't gonna spell it out on this video, but I mean, just look through all my videos. It makes sense, and trust me, the police already know everything. So stop playing down. This isn't the first time Baton Rouge rappers have resorted to gun violence in what authorities suspect are ongoing beefs. Ongoing beefs. Y'all think about it. So, people saying that it was T Grizzly in his group or whatever. Now, that wouldn't be ongoing beef. People say, well, he had connections to somebody else. You know, he was cool with somebody else that has been beefing with Youngboy. You know what? Anything's possible. May not be. You know, anything could be possible. But we're going to touch on that a little bit later too, because there's a whole crazy thing about a lot of rappers clicking up and a lot of people together that's clicking up. It's a lot of them is beefing with people that they clicked up with. But I'm going to break that down a little bit later. This isn't the first time Baton Rouge rappers have resorted to gun violence in what authorities suspect ongoing beef, but it could be the first time those few have followed them across state lines and attracted a national audience. Several local rappers and their associates have been fatally shot over the past few years. Now watch this. Watch who they name. Out of all the people in Baton Rouge, not just, you know, the South, the North, New Orleans, the whole Baton Rouge. We know a lot of people, you know, that died. Let's see who they name. Local rappers that have been fatally shot over the past few years. We're going to go with the most recent. Boulevard Quick in November 2018. Authorities have said they're investigating whether he was targeted because of his affiliation with better known rapper G Money. Okay, they made that connection. They can make all other connections, right? As far as what's allegedly known. Who was himself killed in September 2017. Both those cases remain unsolved. But y'all know what y'all think y'all know. It's our front officers. NBA Youngboy's agent, Desmond Dump Hartnett. I don't know what they mean by agent, but hey, y'all don't go running off with it. Don't go. I know y'all want to run off with it, but we don't. I don't know what this cop talk is. I don't know why they say he an agent, but hey, was shot and killed in May 2018. Another case that hasn't been solved. G Money, whose real name was Garrett Burton, was once friends with NBA Youngboy growing up in Baton Rouge, but the two had been beefing. Oh, they just put out there they've been beefing. They've been beefing. Okay, including posting disparaging songs about each other on social media in the months leading up to Burton's death. Social media's posts suggest the animosity grew between them when NBA Youngboy expressed displeasure that his former friend had slept with his sister. Now, anybody pretty much know that allegedly, right? Like, y'all got to understand, it's like technology. You know, we have all this access to GPS and all this stuff. You think the government didn't have this 20 years ago, the little bit that they giving us? So you got to think what level they on now. So you think the little stuff that we know and we can decipher, you think they ain't already 10 steps ahead? The Miami Herald reported Tuesday that Florida investigators, they own this boy, they investigating it, all right, are hoping to question yet another Baton Rouge rapper. I wonder who that rapper is. Fredo Banks. They boys connecting dots. All right. Who has also been feuding. Okay. This is what they saying is allegedly, or they just gonna put out there. Well, NBA Youngboy and may have been in South Florida over the weekend. Okay, well, he live in Florida, so. Now, hold up. Do we stay in South Florida? He might stay in South Florida, yeah. Fredo Banks was close to G Money before his death and has produced music under the same record label, according to his social media accounts. So check this out. Y'all gotta pay attention to these little words. According to his social media account. So they watching the social media. Like, y'all already knew this. How you think all these other rappers be getting bagged up and stuff, these interviews and stuff they post on their IGs and stuff? Y'all are not smart. Y'all are not subliminal. Y'all are not cryptic. And so, Ron Haley, a Baton Rouge attorney representing Fredo Banks, so this Fredo Banks lawyer, said his client moved to the Miami area about a year ago and has lived there ever since. Haley said law enforcement hasn't been in contact with Fredo Banks. So that's both accounts said neither one of them, Fredo Banks or NBA Youngboy, has not been in contact with authorities yet. So don't go saying nobody snitching or none of that. But like I said, self-snitching y'all can say. All right. Whose real name is Frederick Givens, but that Givens would cooperate with the investigation because he has absolutely nothing to hide and admittedly denies involvement in this weekend shooting. Now, you know, that's lawyer talk. You know, they gotta, you know, so don't go and saying Fredo about to cooperate and snitch and all that, or none of that. You know, y'all gotta be smart. Givens moved to Florida after his release from custody last year, in part to remove himself from dangerous situations that could arise in Baton Rouge. According to his attorney, Givens had pleaded guilty to illegal use of weapons and simple criminal damage to property in a 2005 shooting outside of Baton Rouge apartment complex. I don't know why they had to throw that in there, but look, hey, you know what they do. He's in a good place now, staying out of trouble, Haley said. Music is his priority. Engaging in these beef is not. Okay, yeah. You paid lawyer. I set my teeth. You know, you gotta, you better earn your money. You know, you say the right thing. You got to, but anybody know what they see is what they see. So, NBA Youngboy, whose real name is Kentrell Garden is set to appear in court Friday in Baton Rouge when State District Judge Bonnie Jackson will consider prosecutors' latest request to revoke his probation in 2016 shooting in his 2016 shooting case that authorities believe was also retaliation for the death of another teenage rapper earlier that year. Now look, they connecting these dots. So what they saying is they feel that it was retaliation. So right now they telling you right there so many words that they got their eyes on the people who think they're going back and forth. So they got in their mind who they think who was responsible for the shooting in Miami at Rolling Loud. Whether it was him directly or somebody affiliated with, they telling you who they think. Y'all gotta just read it. Now the thing about it is, I know that NBA Youngboy ain't supposed to get arrested or convicted, you know, over I think a 3-year period, you know, or not. They could consider sending him back to jail for the 10 years. But the little hotel incident that he had, where him and his baby mama Star was in there, like with all the details, I don't think it was nothing that he necessarily like provoked it something violent. You know, it could have just happened, but he ended up getting arrested. You know, I don't know why he necessarily had to get arrested, even though they saying that he told Star to, you know, get the house, the room cleaner out the room. Now, as far as the facts, I think, you know, at first they were saying that it was supposed to be an unoccupied room, but when the facts came out, I think they was supposed to be, you know, they was all right, legal to be in the room, and so that just something got out of hand, and so we don't know if he told Star to go punch her down or Star got in a confrontation trying to get her out and it led to, we don't know. But this situation, just because you get shot at and you get arrested, I don't even understand why he was arrested. Besides questioning, that he would even get arrested for, you know, like he got shot at. Besides them questioning why, like I don't understand why he would be arrested. And so now they're trying to send him back. Like you know, these laws, they gotta have more understanding with them, you know. But anyway, Garden, 19 at the time, was sentenced to 3 years probation with a suspended 10-year probation sentence after he pleaded guilty to aggravated assault with a firearm. One of the conditions of his probation was that he remain free of additional arrest and conviction. Now, everybody know that the situation with Youngboy when, you know, he pleaded guilty to, you know, I think it was a drive-by shooting, that nobody really dug deep and down to see who actually was he shooting at. Now, the authorities, of course, they know. And so maybe he has something to do with some of the people who in question. Like, we don't know who he was shooting at, but they didn't put it out there, but the authorities know. Prosecutors' latest request for revocation, which would send him to prison for the remainder of his sentence, cites his February 11 arrest in Atlanta, his second arrest in 2 years. So he's supposed to make it to 3 years without no arrests or convictions, but in 2 years he got, you know, but I think they should be considerate of it. I mean, it's one thing to be proactive and you do something like specifically in yourself but they can't really say for sure that these situations he did something directly at that current moment. It also refers to gardens as a threat to society and the safety of others. So, you know, they're going to be pushing that because whoever was with him that was legally armed and killed somebody, they definitely going to push that. You know, if he, you know, went out there, his people that was legally armed wouldn't have to be out there. They wouldn't have got shot at. I mean, like, you can help that. But then they wouldn't have to retaliate gunfire. You know, they would have, and they wouldn't have killed this innocent man. Dang. All the money you got, bro, you better throw it in your attorneys. You can make money back if you out here, but, you know. Moore said prosecutors aren't planning to file a new request in the light of Florida shooting investigation, but it's possible the judge will take those recent developments into account. So they saying not even a Florida incident. They just so pretty much they trying to say the Florida incident sparked them wanting to revoke it, but they're not even gonna have those in there. So that don't even make sense. So this spark, you know, y'all want to revoke, you know, his probation term or whatever. But y'all not gonna add those in there. Y'all gonna say they ain't got nothing to do with it. We just gonna look at the past stuff. No, bro. It's the same thing. But all right. He said another question is whether Garden will show up for his hearing. We have no idea if he's coming. What they trying to say? What they trying to say? All right, now. So this is the advocate. I don't know, like, this might just be somebody opinions, but whether this is quote unquote what people would call a viable source or not, this just shows you everybody knows what's going on. You just half look with, like, just peep at it. You half look at it, you know what's going on. And so if there's some info that's coming from the officers and authorities, indeed, they for sure know what's going on. But all I can say is y'all rappers, y'all get money, stay out of beef, avoid it at all costs. If y'all must be out there, make sure y'all got legal security. And if you gotta be one of your homeboys, make sure they legally armed. And hopefully they don't hit nobody that's innocent. Had nothing to do with the situation. Also, y'all gotta just stop saying everybody snitching off what y'all assume. I saw a post with NBA Youngboy. That somebody had a video saying before he got shot, he had his location on. He said a video. One of the tweets was, "They want to hurt me, and I'm just trying to distance myself." Now I know a lot of y'all gonna flip that and say he's trying to snitch and do this, but the thing is, he's smart. He anything that he involved with his name tattoo, they gonna try to throw him under the jail. So he gotta put it out there, like, look, hey, I'm just minding my business. I ain't doing nothing. So y'all trying to say he's snitching, even though he ain't said no name or nothing about no incident. But it's just how they be on the social media, think they could play cryptic and subliminal games. That's the same thing, whether they talking crazy, talking greasy, or whether they trying to, avoid jail time and stuff like that. So they know people gonna see it, but they try to put it in a subliminal way. So they know, Youngboy know whoever authorities will want to lock him up. He know they're gonna be in Instagram and Twitter and all that. And so they're gonna be like, oh, dang, he said he's been trying to stay away from stuff. People want to hurt him. So they might consider, okay, he wasn't looking for trouble. Even though he got in an incident, he was just a victim or whatever. And so, and really that's what it was in this particular thing. At that particular time, he was a victim, regardless how it sparked off or, whatever. And so, but y'all gotta watch this. Just go back and look at all his tweets and videos that he got in songs and look at, other people, and y'all see, that they be thinking they be cryptic and subliminal, but everything be obvious. Now, last thing before I go, I want to touch on something. People said T Grizzly had, something to do with it. Now, is a lot of people cool with each other, and a lot of people clicked up and beefing. So, if y'all seen recently, King Von, which is, that's Young Dirk's Philly, on his label, OTF. So King Von and Rondo, he was they was both in a video together, and Rondo was talking about Rondo was talking about, I guess, one of King Von's rival, like, gangs or set or whatever, and he was telling, like, tee up. So Quando, like, he went in and was talking crazy about him. And that's what I've been seeing, like, a lot of pattern with them boys, like the old block and them 600 boys or whatever, like, a lot of them, like, they be having like T Grizzly, he even did it one time. He talked crazy about Tuka or whatever, and he was little recent with Lil Durk. So T Grizzly and Durk, they real cool, like they blooders, right? And so T Grizzly and Durk is cool. So Durk and King Von, they together. So Quando Rondo, he was with King Von, but he with NBA Youngboy. And so if T Grizzly and Youngboy was into it, that's kind of like, so Quando and King Von, they tight. And so it kind of don't make sense. But then you got to flip it over. Now we have known T Grizzly and Fredo Banks to make songs together. Now we know we Lil Durk and T Grizzly is tight. They made songs together and they like tight. I don't know how tight Fredo Bang is with T Grizzly. I know they made songs together. And so I can say for sure that they tight enough to be like, you know, handle my business, you see my man. But it's just like they all clicked up, you know. YNW Melly was cool with T Grizzly, you know, definitely cool with Fredo Bangs. So, you know, maybe they would, you know, maybe they was real tight. But then you got on the other side, you know, with Dirk and them, it's like they got cliques blending. Like some of them is cool within the inner circle and like beefing, like different arms here. Some cool, some beef. It's just like a whole crazy thing. Like you just throw this boy up in a pop, there's gonna be a lot of people dead in jail. That's all it's gonna be. A lot of wasted talent, wasted opportunities. A lot of people. I just think some of them just need to move out the country. Like it don't even be worth it. Like street cred, it ain't even, to me, ain't even really worth it no more. It ain't even cool. It don't even make sense. Like people, it's so much stuff going on to where you could be free being yourself. You could be gay. You could be transsexual. You could be a nerd. You could be a scientist. Like nowadays, anything could be cool. You don't got to be a gangster. You don't got to do that. But of course, that's what the music industry and companies pushing because, you know, that prison pipeline and, you know, it's sensationalism. But like you don't have to do that. And so at this point, if people still trying to gain clout per se or whatever, off like, you know, proving they gangster, like it don't make sense. Even if you is gangster, it's best to act like you not. Like it don't make sense. But anyway, this is a long boy. I don't even know how long this is. But y'all get in that video comments and let me know what y'all think. Y'all think somebody out here snitching? Y'all think they out here self-snitching? Y'all think that they snitching on their social medias and their songs? Y'all think that they cryptic or subliminal and they getting away with it? Y'all think that it's obvious? What y'all think the police know who they think did it? Do y'all think the police actually know who did it already? And they put it, get in the comments, let me know what's going on. What y'all think. Music, I'm out.